We're live. We're just going to be hanging out for a few minutes, waiting for people to hop in the chat. Hello, chat. Beautiful Fentiman, silent member. There'll probably be some robo voice today, you know.
Possibly.
Probably. I started from fresh today. I got rid of all my presets, and so I got rid of all my presets, and I re-put them in. Tried to make sure. I thought maybe I had too much weird like stuff going on. So we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah, just hanging out, waiting for people to get here. I'm gonna turn the music on the game for now, so we have some music, background music. Turn it down. There we go. Can you say something so I can hear what the balance is like?
Yeah, I can say things.
All right, I can hear you. Yay. Wonderful. Chat, can you hear us both? Hi, Remnant. It's a bandit. It is. Can you hear Mike too? He's not saying much.
I'm not saying a whole lot right now.
No, you're just kind of hanging out there. And he is no robot. Finally, hooray! Woo. Watch as soon as we get off the pre-stream screen, I'll become robotic again. We're just waiting a few minutes. Oh, good. A few minutes, get some more people in here. Oh, I was so close to finishing this other video. Just one more minute. All right, we'll give you a minute, silent member. Just one though.
Yeah, let's harp on your flume for a little bit.
Let's not harp on it.
So,
let's give some creative, some positive, friendly feedback.
It was actually really good.
Jonty had a couple really good ideas. He mentioned putting like plexiglass or even just art shapes on the actual bumper car wall because it keeps getting wet. Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
That was my idea.
Oh, I read it first. Hello, Bennett and Mike, the awesome bro builders. Hello, Lawrence Barber. Happy Monday.
Yes. He's going to be, I think Lawrence Barber's going to be happy that this competition's over because we really haven't done any build streams.
I know. Like, I haven't done my... Susanna on Sunday was like, you going to do your Planet Coaster stream? It's like, no, I'm streaming on Monday. Yeah, but you're building one? It's like, no, I'm not doing 2 streams 2 days in a row.
Yeah, you can't cross the streams.
Nope, can't. Just not gonna do it. I'm gonna post everything, make me live across the social medias, and then we'll get cooking.
Sweet. Hey, let's see if we can get some dislikes on this bar.
Go for it. We don't have to try. I don't have to try very hard for that.
You always get one.
Always.
I always get one too.
Yeah.
Somebody hates us. I don't know who it is.
I don't care. Hater gonna hate. I need one of those deal with it memes. Make a deal with it raccoon meme. That'd be great.
2 dislikes.
1 million dislikes. Hey, any interaction is good interaction with algorithms.
3 dislikes.
Oh my god. I'm gonna get like a strike or something.
You can't get a strike for dislikes.
People hate me.
If they did report us though, then yeah.
Oh.
Report us for like child pornography or something like that.
Which we definitely don't do, so nobody should do that. We're here. We're live.
Oh my god, okay, stop with the dislikes. 6-4 now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now everybody like it. It's gonna tank even more, watch.
Exactly.
Why has Jonty
not
been a guest?
Not been a guest on Bro Coaster yet? Well, he kind of stated in Conifer that he doesn't enjoy building in other people's parks.
And we didn't get like really familiar with Jonty until well after all of our guests were already established. Yeah, why haven't I? He says. Well, damn it, Jonty. Jonty from Geekism. Damn it. Some other time, maybe. No.
I'll have him build my station for California Screaming. How about that?
There you go. There you go.
I'll put the biggest ride on his shoulders.
He doesn't enjoy getting his stuff ripped.
Oh well.
There you go. That's why. He actually wants the stuff he's built to stay there. All right, guys, we are live. We are here for the Challenge 3, the finalists reveal, the live stream to reveal the finalists for the Summer BroDown. Woo! I'm excited. Are you excited?
Hold on. Lawrence Barber. Hey, Mike and Bandit. I need you guys to make a detailed vlog on how to upload stuff, please. That's not happening. There's many.
So how's everyone doing? How are you doing? How was your weekend?
It's good. Got to work in the garden.
Good.
And I am super sore today.
Super what?
Sore.
Oh, sore. I see. We I did something on Saturday. And I can't remember what I did now. I was all excited to tell you guys about it, but now I can't remember what I did. Oh well. And then yesterday I played Dungeons and Dragons for the first time, for real.
Oh,
Yeah.
how's that?
It was fun. It was like really, you got to get into it. It takes a while. It's awkward at first if you've never played. So once you get into the whole idea, and the idea that it's a game that is really as open-ended as it is.
As the person who is the dungeon master.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? It was fun. So, yeah. Other than
Well,
that.
we have been thinking about maybe doing a D&D on.
I know Commando Santa is big into D&D, and I told him today. I said after yesterday, I think it'd be fun to do it over voice chat. I think it'd be a fun way to do it. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. So anyway, but we're here to talk about the competition. So challenge 3, a little different than what we originally anticipated, huh?
No, not really.
A little different.
Well, I mean, we lost Home Banner. That was kind of.
That's true. Yeah, Home Banner decided this wasn't for him anymore.
Just
So
kind of imploded.
Yeah, he done had enough, and so he relinquished. So, but challenge 3 was kind of not a do-over, but all right, let's rein it back in and let's help you guys match what our vision was. So,
Well, yeah, and it's a perfect challenge for if you are going to end up working with us. This is going to happen a lot. You're going to redo things.
hey, if I turn Robo, it's because I just went live instead of the pre-stream screen. So, yeah, it was a bit of an extension. Yeah, we'll go with an extension. And it was nice to be able to communicate directly with the builders. That was nice, and give them our feedbacks. I like that a lot. So, thank you. I just turned the music down.
But apparently you've gone Robo again.
Okay, we'll just stay here. It's fine. We'll just stay here, I guess. There. Goodness. All right, turn the music
why is
down.
it so hard?
I don't know, but I'm back now, so hopefully this will be okay. It is what it is at this point. So no Robo here. Well, that's good. So maybe it's just you guys, just loud. All right. Well, I like to be loud. I want to make sure I'd rather too loud than too soft. So I'll turn everybody down just a tiny bit. Turn me down a little bit. Oh, Mike was Robo.
Oh my God.
It's fine. We're just gonna stay on the screen. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. So so the challenge this week was to take our feedback, improve your ride, either make your story stronger, or make your layout change, maybe tweaks to your layout a bit. And then it was also to add a queue to really drive home your story. Because let's be honest, most of the stories on these types of rides are set up in the queue. And so we wanted to make sure that you could fully tell your story. So
Yes.
Right.
And we had you guys, do it backwards anyway, because typically you develop your queue as you're building your ride, but we wanted you to do your ride first to make it a little challenging and to see if you could tie in a story to that.
And there were a couple people whose stories were very, very strong, but our biggest issues were their actual the realisticness of their layout, and other people whose layouts were fantastic, but then needed some help with their story. So that's what we were working on behind the scenes, and we had open lines of communication with all 8 competitors for the entire challenge, and a lot of them did an excellent job. They really, I think those of you that watched last week, you're going to be blown away by what you see this week.
You're too quiet.
I'm too quiet.
Yes.
I can't turn it up much better than that. There, I'll just eat the microphone.
Just turn me down, then.
I'll turn you down then.
Then they can
There
up
we
their
go.
volume.
All right, there we go.
All right. Balance.
Balance. Sounds fine.
So yeah, everybody was really. We were afraid of giving feedback to a few people because we didn't want them to go off the deep end and fall off the face of the earth. Certain people took it really, really well and did amazing things with it. Certain people didn't take all of our advice or some of the important bits, and it kind of factored into our voting. So we'll explain exactly piece by piece.
Right. So we're gonna watch each video in not any sort of ranked order. We'll try to stick with the prompts. So the 2 people that battled with the same prompt last week, we'll watch their videos together. And then we'll talk about each one after we watch each one. So the first one up today is going to be RedLine with his flight of the Shadow Falcon, I think. So let's check.
Shadow Phoenix, Shadow Hawk, Shadow Bird
thing. It doesn't say on here what his title is.
It is. You had it right.
Yeah. All right.
Shadow
So here we go. Let's take a gander. I'm going to turn the music of the game off. Sorry for my screens within screens within screens here. Here we go. I'll be quiet. Okay, I just have to say that's awesome. Feedback as the video plays? Sure. You want to do that, Mike?
Oh, I'm behind though. That's
Oh, yeah, the issue is there's like a 30-second delay between me and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I can give my thoughts as it's playing. I'll give my thoughts as it's playing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought the queue interaction here is just fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I think the queue interaction is probably, as far as the queue goes, the best part of the queue. And real simple, we're clearly here to save the Shadow Falcon from a group of hunters. Story told. Now let's go do it, you know? That's easy enough. So I guess we're choosing the right wing or left wing. I didn't see. Left wing? I don't know.
Right wing.
Right wing. Right wing.
We can only choose the right wing.
Ah, yes. Here we go.
Then we'll teleport to the left wing.
So as we turn here, we see our little base camp. I guess that we're going to now climb the mountain and go rescue the Shadow Falcon. I keep forgetting what kind of bird it is.
suppose we're doing that. It seems like we're intruding. I don't know.
Well, it
I don't know
says
if we ever
save
actually...
I'm not. Well, it's a wild animal. I would assume it was upset that we're bothering it regardless.
Right.
So, but you know. So RedLine had I think one of the hardest things to do this week. And we'll talk about it once the ride is over. But here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So he added an entire dark ride section.
Mm-hmm.
Transitions in and out are quite good. I love this, like,
collectively.
Yeah. I love the interactions, and he was smart not to have that scree every time we see the Falcon.
Yes, scree.
One of my favorite parts of the ride was actually the nest here with the eggs, and I'm so glad he decided to keep that in. It shows that we've, kind of ascended to the top of the mountain, and then I assume we're on the back of the bird here as we go over. Mm-hmm. This is so epic. I love all the interactions with the terrain on this part. It still feels like you're soaring, but you're still able to keep it at a realistic scale and close to the ground.
The thing is, we'll get into what we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty amazing what he did.
Yeah,
what he's able to do.
This transformation was astounding, absolutely astounding. So, ride complete. That was most excellent.
I put out a Surfside peer video. I'm getting all these notifications.
I got rid of it. Shut your face. I got rid of it. So that was RedLines, and I think it was really, really strong. And I think we loved the story originally, but we both thought the layout was not realistic for what we were looking for.
No, and so what we ended up having him do, we were trying to get him down to a certain height, and after a day's worth of trying, it wasn't working. So we tried something else. We tried moving the whole land up. And so if the base land ended up being a little bit higher, it didn't feel quite so large.
Right.
And so that second half isn't really much changed except for the placement of the station.
Correct.
And where the rest of that ride ended up having to tie into. So it was pretty incredible that it now feels quite doable.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I felt bad because we're like, we needed like all these things we wanted to do, and we didn't want to tell him you need to start over, because that wasn't, we didn't want that to be, you have to start over. But it's there was a night we were
contemplated it.
Yeah, he did. We were up late one night workshopping this with him, and I think it all turned out really, really well. So
yeah, the big thing is he was able to give us the park file because we were working with trying to figure out like dark ride timings or something like that, and I actually walked through the queue in real time, and with peeps and stuff like that. And it does exactly what a queue should do on a really good ride. It makes you anticipate, and it gets you excited to get on the ride.
Yeah.
The views and everything, the how fast it moves, all the different scenery, it's incredible.
And it feels way more realistic now as far as like a high budget ride at a high budget park. I feel like it could fit in that landscape now. So
Lawrence Barber, why does Mike make fun of Surfside Pier? I really like how it's going to fruition. It's not that.
It's the
that we're yeah.
It's my auto notifications popped up in the middle of a video, which I didn't disable them, but hey, whatever. So that was RedLines. That was a huge improvement. So,
yeah.
Man, my stupid team from work is like just blowing up my phone. I got like 17 text messages. Next on our list, I think we have Remnant, the Legend of the Dream Catcher.
Yes.
So let's check that out, shall we? And we will do commentary during it this time. Okay, so the very first thing I noticed within like 3 seconds is it's music from Pocahontas.
Oh, is that where the
yes?
It's from?
Listen with your heart, you will understand. Yeah. Yeah. So hey, Blue Spirit. Yeah, we went over RedLine's entry, Flight of the Shadow Falcon. Now we're looking at RedLine Remnant, the Legend of the Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, similar, immediate kind of like, ooh, like the terraforming's nice.
Right.
The sightlines are really nice.
Sightline up the mountain. I like the little nod, Remnant Mining Company on the little building here.
And I really dig how big and wide the initial pathing is. It feels exactly like a Disney queue.
Yeah, and then it ends up getting a little more narrow, yeah. So here we're calling it the Dreamcatcher. Victims aren't abducted but placed under a spell-like sleep. We urge you to lock doors and windows, watch your children, and stay awake. And I like all the victims posted up there. That's really cool. Yeah, it's clever. So, go ahead.
And then the other thing that I caught in the queue, I don't know if this was intentional, but there's water sprinklers, and I think it's supposed to kind of keep you awake, because that's always a thing that you do.
Oh, like splash water?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't know if that was just supposed to be spritzers, or if that was actually supposed to be like no, you need to stay awake.
Safe zone ahead with the big scrapes on the truck.
Yeah.
Setting up some major storytelling. I think that truck is probably the best part of storytelling in the queue. Because it shows, it doesn't tell. That was if I had an issue with the queue, it's that so much of the story you were required to read.
And it didn't necessarily need to be that way either.
Right. So we're going into the safe zone cave for now.
Stay awake.
Stay awake. And that's the tagline for the ride.
Okay, this is a little safe zone for now. You can get rid of that. Just put safe zone.
The Dreamcatcher has been spotted or heard. Oh, I didn't read all that, but y'all can read it. So it howls.
Our crew heard a loud roar that definitely doesn't belong to a cougar or a bobcat. Plus, there's the stranger's glow at the top of the mountain. These old mine tracks lead straight to the top. We'll be starting our journey soon. Are you in?
I'm in.
Again, the breaking the fourth wall is not necessary. Either choose a narrative like point. So choose a narrative tense, or speak to us directly, but don't do both.
Love these cave paintings though.
Yeah,
that's pretty
cool.
Awesome. Again,
and the interaction here is really, really cool.
This is so here's your queue interaction. I do like the peek through. Did you feel that trembling? Those roars are loud. I don't know if this mountain can take much more of this. If provoked, I think we could get this thing to roar loud enough to trap itself. We just got to be sure to escape before it's too late. So,
and it doesn't need to be typed out like a Trump tweet.
No collusion.
No collusion.
Yes, I agree. I also love the view to the indoor part of the coaster for sure. So, now the thing to note:
the cave paintings of what appear to be the Dreamcatcher are really cool.
Yeah. To note, these two are no longer head to head. In this round, all 7 entries are all against each other, and we'll be taking the top 4 highest vote getters to the finals.
Yes.
Fake news. When you get off the ride, there's just one last sign. Fake news. So here we go into the ride. Go. There we go. So it's this charming little ride through the mountain here, or along the mountain. You had mentioned that that's absolutely necessary.
That's the thing. It feels like a bit of Big Thunder Mountain, but the thing said the tracks lead to the mountain, so we're taking the old tracks. So there needs to be some sort of layer of story in which this makes sense. Like, are these old mine tracks or something like that? Well, then there should be old mine scenery or something. There needs to be more world building here. But greatly improved on the layout.
Yeah, your layout's much better. We did ask him to tweak it quite a bit because it didn't feel nearly as realistic as it could have. So here we enter the spooky part. I love the screen behind the gems. That was bananas.
Yeah, that pull from the Matterhorn.
Right. So some added sound effects for extra creep value. Love it. The keep right, and we clearly don't. We are diving down into the Dreamcatcher lair. And there it is. Oh.
The time warp was done better too.
Yes, yeah, but more successful use of the time warp. So we're having a few interactions with the Dreamcatcher here, which is always nice. And then he roars so loud, we notice some rocks crumbling, some great use of sound, final encounter, and we barely escape, trapping the Dreamcatcher behind us. I love that. I think that's the great. That might be one of the strongest endings to these rides that we've had.
Mm-hmm. Very clear.
Yes, conflict resolution, absolutely. So, yeah.
My only issue with the effects is that they don't look like they're doable.
Oh, like you'd actually have rocks falling on you? Yeah,
right.
Well, unless there's some sort of projection, we could say.
There needs to be almost a frame put in place that makes it look like...
Right. Sorry, that's my wife's phone. And she's not out here to answer it. Hooray!
So, really nice job, Remnant. There's still things to do, and we'll, if you do end up making it onto the finals, we'll have some more notes for you.
Mm-hmm. For sure, because it all now kind of carries through to the end, these rides. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But overall, great use of the consultation, and that's a much more solid layout. Because your story was always strong. You just had to tell it better, and the queue is really what helped you do that. So,
and if I could we get more interaction on the kind of pre-mountain area? Like, could the queue maybe go into that area a little bit so we could get a little bit more than just the stuff inside the Dreamcatcher cave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That would be my only other thing.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, though. I thought it was I love that. The nice thing about every one of these is they improve on their original idea, which is great. So, yeah. So next we have who's next? It is DuctTape Forum with the Siren
that second half is great. As for the walls of text in the queue, you say it's too much, but when you're queuing for hours, those things are great boredom killers.
Okay, so Mike is... hold on, Mike. You are really loud, is saying.
Okay, wonderful.
Let's see if I can't turn you down.
I don't know why the music is changing.
Hold on one second. All right, try it now.
Okay.
All right, so I turned you down quite a bit. Hopefully you'll be better. It almost sounds like an echo, too. Okay.
Jeez.
All right, sorry guys, we're doing the best we can. We've got all these different audio stuffs. So, alrighty, let's move on and let's watch the Siren song by DuctTape Forum.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was on the wrong one. That's why it sounds yucky now. I know why. Okay.
Is something supposed to be happening?
Hold on one second, guys. Alrighty, so I actually ended up having to shoot this for DuctTape Forum. Ooh, it's really loud. So I thought this queue was really great, walking through the whole seaside village here. And I made sure that you saw the coaster way out in the distance there. I thought that was really, really well done. One of the strengths, I thought, of this entry was he actually captured the vibe of the prompt the best, I think. So.
Yeah, no, I really like. I like the way that that he kind of built up the seaside town for sure.
Right.
It's great world building right here.
Oh, you're super soft now.
Oh my god.
I feel like a giant shark is lurking out there. Something like that. So we have another brewery for all the Boy, it's like we like beer here or something. Yeah, sound is a bitch. Some of the videos are really loud. Some of them are really soft. So the balance during the video portions is really going to kind of be all over the map. So we'll try to do the best we can, but you know. So dry dock
storage. That we go into a little pub or something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Although that's kind of that's the perfect place to kind of set up the story of the siren, because that's the place where you hear stories.
There's supposed to be. There's a one talk. There was a pirate in the corner, but but you could not hear it over the volume of the music. So
oh no!
I know we had an issue here, and there's supposed to be a voiceover in the queue here that also doesn't come through. So, yeah, I couldn't add it in post, unfortunately. So, but we're about to launch into the siren song. So, this is where the voiceover was supposed to be, saying like, and don't worry, there are no witches, merfolk, specters, any of that on your tour. And then it launches you in.
So this is a tour then?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a tour.
Okay.
I think this first launch is... do some sound issues real quick here. Let me try and get the volume back up for you, because that was super quiet. All right, there we go. Maybe now you'll be louder. So overall thoughts?
How about now?
Yeah, I think you're better now. Overall thoughts?
So the first thing that was mentioned, that this is a tour. So I forget, because I haven't been hearing this on sound, because I can't. Is there a mermaid, or is there a siren call on the first launch?
No.
Okay, see, that doesn't make any sense then. There needs to be an interaction with the siren that makes us run. Otherwise, why are we running?
Right. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm very glad we at least had the sound. In the original, we didn't have any sound of any siren.
No, yeah.
So at
this
least
made a lot more sense.
Right,
for
I
sure.
understood the story as because the legend is the siren calls to you to lure you in. And so we heard that throughout the tour, and then when we get to the far out cave, it's revealed to be this hideous beast, and we're shot out, and we run back.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Never ask me to build a coaster again, DuctTape forums.
I thought it was a solid coaster. And again, the story was much stronger, and the voiceovers would have helped. But at the same time, like, you're right, the launch without any reason for the launch, I suppose.
Well, and then the ride runs a little fast too. On some of the launches, it feels like it's going a little too fast around those curves. Really, the big launch should be the end, and it mostly does that. But at that point, once you run away from the coast, you're no longer being chased by the siren anymore. You've made it to the forest, and you're kind of safe before you reach the town again.
Right.
So again, there's a tension that ends a little too abruptly. And then there's also a reason for being out there that isn't quite resolved.
Right. For me, the reason being out there can typically be summed up as being summoned by the siren, being lured by the siren. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, perhaps slowing it down a bit more, yeah, that would help. But overall, the improvement was really, it felt like a much different ride this time. I
Yes.
thought the story was much better this time. So.
Oh, it was much more in contention with everybody else.
Right. Agree. Completely agree. So that was DuctTape Forum's The Siren Song. And
Woo.
Next, we are going to have Curse of the Soul Taker by Sergei. So
Curse of the Bro Boner.
So let's have a listen to this one.
And I recorded this one.
Okay.
So.
All right. So this exterior part of the queue is pretty good. Coaster interaction. We're next to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's your coaster interaction.
That's one of my biggest gripes about this.
Okay. The little fort thing here is done very nice, hiding that giant show building. I do like that. Head to captain. Okay. So the sign says head to captain. Some dark... Oh, Captain Reginald. Was that Planko? Did it speak Planko?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it said.
You it just speaks Planconian.
So something bad is happening in that jail scene. Skeleton is gone, it says. I think it says skeleton is gone.
Which is odd. I don't know why that would be a sign.
I don't know.
If that's just.
But now we're in the station.
capturing
So
me.
now we're in the station. The scenery in this one is outstanding, absolutely. When the scenery that's there definitely works. Okay, here we go on the ride.
The station is really cool. I like the reveal in the station.
I agree.
And I was really active with the camera to try and catch all the different moments. Did I?
You were more worried about the skeletons.
Oh.
So this part of the ride, untouched, I assume, because it was really strong in the original.
The hell was the man cowering behind the barrels?
It was to the left by the
Oh.
shed transfer truck.
Oh. I was trying to not show that because that's where they wouldn't want you to see. I also recorded this at like 0 gamma, so it was super dark.
Yeah, it was very good. I was impressed. So here we are into the shed again.
What's in the shit?
What's in the shed? Skeletons and trees. And a boat. And then we have this brake run here. That looks to the left. Ghosts. Like, there's not much to say. We're in the dark.
Looking for something to look at. There's nothing to look at in that brake run.
And we pop outside for a little bit. I like the addition of this curve here to the outside section. I think that helped a lot.
Yeah, it did.
And then back in. It's one of those rides that feels like it would be so much better in real life than in Planet Coaster. We got the green ghost thing again. Too dark.
So there's a few few problems here. I'll start with the good stuff.
Yes.
The terraforming is freaking gorgeous.
Yes.
It totally transported me to like some sort of coastal cliffside.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
Yes, covering the queue, or covering your show building, that was really good. I was really impressed with that you were able to get it to look that natural and not be able to see the show building behind. That was really good.
Now, knowing that I was actually in the park and I saw all the incomplete bits, I'll try not to use that as part of my explanation.
Yeah.
But of the things in the queue, the story is not set up well because the story in the video description is we are searching for gold.
Oh.
I don't really know where that's established.
Oh.
Because the curse takes hold in the queue long before anything is explained in that way.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem. The other thing that you said, like this would feel like a better ride, in real life than
Because
it,
you'd have the
than it
forces
does.
and you'd feel it, and
Right. That's not a good excuse. So there's a few points in the ride, especially where we had consultation, like that brake run in the middle of the shed. I was looking around because I thought I was missing something. I thought there was going to be scenery around or something to redirect my focus.
right.
But it's only that specter that's sitting over the door to the drop,
Right.
and that's not okay. And then immediately after that, we launch through what looks to be a boat hole, but it's so dark I can't see anything. There's no lighting. There's nothing to excite me about that launch.
Oh, you mean the one that gets you to go outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the shed and last week we said needs more oomph. We need to be able to see more stuff, and I'm not necessarily sure that we did. Maybe you amped up the lights around the stuff that was already there. I don't know, but
he said forgot lights there. Like that's the hard thing to forget.
Yeah, it still felt like a coaster in the dark, and I can't see anything. So for me, I kind of lose interest during the middle of the coaster portion. The dark ride part at the beginning is great. The ending is the outside portion I like a lot better this time. But that whole middle section for me is still just I have no idea what's going on here.
I do kind of like the fact that it's dark, disorienting, and there's only a few things popping out because the sound in there is cacophonous, and I really, really do like that. But there's just not enough of a visual to keep pushing the story along.
Yeah, I think
like we get away from the ghost, but when we step through that gas curtain, is that meaning that we're coming out of the curse, or like what does any of this mean?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I have to agree. So, okay, on to the next entry. Says Lawrence. All right, well, let's move on. That was our thoughts. So anyway, the next one we have, but overall, I thought it was a strong ride last week, and it's still a strong ride this week. So, yeah. So the next one is The Spirit Coyote by Zerg.
Woot.
Woot. See if I can turn it up any. So the cue here sets us up immediately, Native American lore. Like that.
Yeah, this is really well done.
He took what he had and he added onto it. I thought was, like like the rock work and all that. So we get a side view of the launch here. Still, I think interaction-wise, not one of the strongest entries as far as interaction goes.
It was okay.
Yeah.
And what I think it's enough for this area, because what's really cool is that when you get up to the launch bit, and you see the track go behind that rock, and then it just disappears. It's actually really cool.
That's true. Yeah, I love the coyote cave painting here with the little shrine to it, the little vigil. That's really cool. Here's a really good view of the launch. So again, you're just next to it, you're not weaving through it, but like you said, the dive behind the rocks does actually make it a little more successful. And
you see a little bit of that coaster peeking around too.
Right.
Where it curves back.
Yeah, the music here added so much. And then these cave paintings. Love it. Showing the relationship between the human and the coyote. I love it. I think it really does a great job of setting up this whole spirit animal story. And that's all you need. So we're going into the Mayai shrine, and you see the little dig site setting up that this has been excavated. And so I think the queue helped propel. I think this one had the biggest help in telling its story. So RedLine had the best queue interaction. I think this one told the story the best through the queue. The station looks like it got some love too. Either that or we're just actually spending some more time in it this time.
I really like the way he did the rugs on the top there. That was so cool.
I agree. The rugs are really cool. And off we go to become the coyote spirit animal. The spirit animal. Just waiting to get in. There we go. Still hear that awesome music. Something funky with the time warp here, it feels like, but I love the addition of the effects. Just that little bit of extra mysticism to really sell the idea that we are becoming this, through the fog, becoming the spirit animal.
Yes, there was some difficulty with the time warp.
Hear the nice coyote howl right before the launch. Like, that's really slick.
Yeah, this helps out a lot.
Yep. And then the music kicks in with the launch, which I appreciate.
Some people thought the music was not correct for this ride. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
I thought it was exactly what it needed to be. You're not going to find hard rock Indian music.
It is very much like Cheetah Hunt.
Yeah.
And I think in our consultation we said play that idea up even more. Because you have a reference point in reality now that we can say, okay, if this is like Cheetah Hunt, then make it like Cheetah Hunt. And I think he did more with the terrain work here.
Yes.
More cave, more cliff and arches. Because that's directly from the prompt. So.
The way this coaster interweaves in this area, oh, it's so good.
So this was one of my personal favorites last week, and it still, I think, holds up this week too. It was still one of my favorites this week. I just love the concept of it, and I thought the execution was so much better this time. So here we go, we're making the transition back, it feels, into human form, I would assume. It's really ceremonial. Yeah, the music does feel very ceremonial, which is absolutely perfect for this ride. Don't understand the outside transfer track. Like, that's a little detail that's not really important to the challenge, I suppose. But it's such an immersion break right here at the end.
Which is good.
You think so?
For me. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I would rather see an enclosed with the
with
the station and the final break.
Well, to me, then it should be continued. It shouldn't be so, oh my god, this is a transfer track. If you want the transfer track there, it should still have elements of the thematic journey.
Right, and it didn't feel like it did, so.
Right.
But that's I guess a minor nit in which to pick. So overall, I thought that one was quite strong. The Q interaction again was okay. Not the best.
Think activists would protest the cultural appropriation in this ride, talking about realism.
Would they?
I think it could be done. I think it could be done in a nice way.
Tastefully?
Yeah. Well, when Knott's did the Mystery Lodge, they actually contacted members of Indian tribes to make sure that they were doing a proper cultural appropriation. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it does play up as an actual story, and it doesn't feel cheesy or
right.
Yeah, it does well.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that was Zerg and his coyote. Zerg and the coyote. It's like George and the Dragon. No.
All right, who's next?
Have Mate Jakesman with the Black Forest Escape. The volume needs to work on this one because you got to pay attention in the queue. This one is pretty long, so we're gonna hopefully we'll get through.
I think that was one of the problems. So a lot of people saw that the queue was a little too rambly.
Appreciate the voiceover work though. Stay together this way. You're now entering the Black Forest. All right,
that
got it.
Sign is gorgeous too. Not that it was part of the challenge, but still.
But you get some really nice views of the coaster. The coaster interaction on this one is real solid too.
Yeah. One of the stronger parts of this.
Absolutely. The use of all the wood in the queue here, and you get to see that broken bridge. I like that with the giant water splashes. That's very cool. I have sleep stone. I watched this queue at 2 times the speed. It was a very long queue, yes, and we did give the competitors an option if they chose to do simple cuts. So, but I guess mate Jakesman wanted to show off the whole queue, which, hey, more power to him. So I hear some more voiceover work. I can't tell you something, something, something. I had a hard time hearing the voiceover. And I think some of the voiceover is in German later on.
Oh, is it really?
I think so, yeah. I can't tell you something about this place. This would definitely be a European, given the lack of don't die on the coaster fences near the queue. Says Emacs. Griffish, I'm really far behind. What was the challenge? Tell a story with a coaster incorporating a queue, basically. The queue and the ride have to tell a story. So at this point, once the voiceover is kind of over, and I think there's more later. Okay, so we hear the wolves, that's good. But as it progresses, I did feel a little sloggy. Like, I get it, you need a long queue, but... Yeah, so now this is in German. Yeah, there's definitely something in German. I appreciate that it's on loop, though, because that seems like something that would, in a real park, you just have some words, you know, like a little scene played on loop. Mike's internet might have crapped out. Wonderful. Just got a text. His internet might have died. So hopefully he'll come back. Yes, of course it's German. That's the Black Forest. Yes, that's true. But as someone who doesn't speak German, I have no idea what's going on now. Yeah, so Mike's internet is down. Hopefully he'll be back in a few minutes. Wah, wah. So by now, I am ready for the ride. That's just my opinion. That's the long stretch. Yeah, this is the long stretch now after it's been, you know, established what the story is. I think we could have skipped most of this and then just gotten on the ride. Oh, what are you doing here and trying to send you back? I see. Okay. So that's what the story is then. I see. Well, I don't speak any German. So. Yeah, I do like, you're right, Silent Number, the way the time of day changes as we're going through the coaster. That is a very cool part of this entry, I thought. Well, your German's not flawless. I have no German.
What are you doing here in my beautiful land? My name is Björn. You should hurry, kids.
Oh, you should...
Coming for you.
You should hurry, kids. There's something coming for you. Oh. See, I missed that on my first couple playthroughs. Again, I gotta start watching these with headphones. I think that's my problem.
Okay.
Oh, you're back! Hey!
So my internet dies and we're still not on
We're still in the queue. There you go. Proof positive.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm not going to fast forward it. I want everyone to experience the queue in its full glory.
Yeah, the interaction is really nice. I think it just could be distilled down a little bit.
Even, like I said, even just using some cuts in the footage.
No, I think it's a problem with the queue, period.
Well, in real life, I'd assume it'd be a very long queue.
This is like an Alton Towers queue. It just goes way up into the forest and back. Alright.
Also, mate's in the chat. Hey, mate. Mate Jake's name.
That cute Uyosi? What does that mean?
Uyosi? I don't know. Oh, there's some...
I do appreciate some people tried to do priority pass queues as well, which was nice.
Yep, not a requirement, but always nice for that extra touch.
Sorry, folks, the ride is broken down. Please exit the queue.
All right, here we go. Ride time. Soundtrack is good on this one. I like the soundtrack on this one.
Like I said, vast improvement. A lot on this one.
So maybe some of these switchbacks a little fast again, like DuctTape Forum. But this
A little more, yeah. These are a little bit more mavericky than.
Yeah, than like a cheat on. But I love that soundtrack's so good with that single note just hammered away. Excellent use of splash effects as we jump into the water. So we're clearly escaping from something.
Yeah, I really like this whole bridge thing.
It was much better than the Norwegian. Okay, we hear the wolves again and we get our next launch. Makes sense.
I like that he did a better job of blocking out that we're tying up with the track again.
That 0G is still really good.
Yeah.
That 0G roll is very good.
Oh, so smooth. Damn.
And into the race. So a big improvement from just a week ago. Like that's what's crazy is they really only get a week, not even 6 days. 6
days.
They get 6 days to implement the changes, and just are you kidding me? Holy crap! So overall, yeah, the queue was too long, and for me, it was hard to hear a lot of the times what the story was. But I got the impression apparently it's supposed to be, werewolves. And that didn't come across to me the first couple times I watched it. So,
and it still isn't really coming across to me either. I think that's one of the problems with this one. It's just not super clear.
Right. But at the end of the day, wolves or mythical wolves or wolf men are chasing you. Either way, you're being chased. I mean, that part's clear at least, and you've got to escape. I do like that the sound matched the launches. So the wolf launch. I thought that was good. So, yeah, I thought it was a very solid entry. And our final entry is Emacs Magnus with Krampus. Let's
close your eyes if you don't want to have nightmares.
Close your ears too.
This is my.
And you're right.
Favorite.
It's a heartline, not a 0G. Excuse me.
That's right. It's a heartline roll. Your coaster's right.
This voice is so creepy.
Yes. And I originally thought that he did it himself.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, huh. Well, that sounds pretty pro, but he didn't.
No,
he's a liar.
He found some videos on YouTube and took the audio. No problem with that. He did edit it to fit his Oh, with headphones on, this is even creepier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a very unnerving, very Alton Tower, very fun park here. Unsettling and. What I really like is that he's got these sort of alpine architectural details. In this, it plays together. It's like there's this monster in a clear, defined world.
Right. Oh,
and the fact that the coaster
the people soup.
Oh my god.
Just a baby Krampus.
Gross. So freaking gross.
A place where these.
I like this view of the drop you did. So the interaction is clearly in the structure.
Yeah. That's cool. That's an easy way to wait through a ride, is to constantly go around the layout.
So I love that this whole queue, you are hearing this voice just like taunting you. And then you get to the station and it's happy polka music. I love that dichotomy. Like the station has no idea what's going on out there.
Yeah, it's the same kind of feeling you get when you're waiting for the Matterhorn. You hear that polka music, and then when you get into the Matterhorn, you're being chased by the Yeti the entire time. God, I love this ride. I want this to be the most real of all of them.
This has changed, I think, from the original spree drop thing.
Yes, he did. This is the transfer all the way in the front now.
Yeah. The chains and the stomp.
Very not.
Love the hands.
I know who has been
God, this is so...
I know it's been naughty and dry. Creepy, Livestream says.
It's so good.
Yeah, and it feels like a GCI. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So
It is
strong.
very impressive.
So strong. All right, let's
So-
take things out of this one. So,
Here's the deal. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
yes.
And some people are going to be better at coasters than others.
Yes.
But this hits every freaking point that we've been trying to make in these prompts.
Yeah.
It has great Q interaction. It tells its world is very clear, and the story is clean as any other.
Right.
It's just perfect.
It's a very simple story, and so it can be
Yeah.
executed effectively. Your story doesn't need to be so complex that there's no way for you to tell it. Like this is what we were thinking of when we came up with this challenge.
So this is, having really good coaster skills is just icing on the cake.
Right.
The cake itself was tasty and delicious.
Agreed. 100% agree. Very good. Yeah. So, we'll get there. It's time. So those were your 7 entries.
Yeah.
There they are. And I guess it's now time to reveal the 4 finalists.
It is. It is.
We're gonna
So
start.
now you know our thoughts.
Yes, now you know our thoughts. And I'll tell you the judges were pretty much in agreement again this round.
Not pretty much.
They were in agreement this round.
It was a solid block this round.
Yeah, and actually the judges and the community were pretty closely aligned as well this time. So, So, in 4th place, and we're going to tell you score points totals this time. And that's a combination of the judges and the community. So, in 4th place, moving on to the finals, with a score of 58.9. Drum roll, please. Zerg.
Woo!
Woo! And the spirit coyote, is moving on to the finals.
Let me tell you, Zerg and Sergei. Whoa.
It was
Fight
very,
to the death.
very, very close. Point totals
Holy
were very
cow.
close. A few points separating them. So, in 3rd place, drumroll, we have with 79.45 points, RedLine 682, and Flight of the Shadow Falcon. Congratulations.
Yes, you got it right.
RedLine.
Falcon.
Falcon. Very good. Yes.
Shadowbird.
Shadowbird. Thank you, Shadowbird. So, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. In 2nd place, with a score of 82.3? I don't know. No. Sorry.
It's your own.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong column. I
What the hell's wrong with you?
With a score of 86.725. Our 2nd place winner is, drumroll, Remnant. So Remnant is in 2nd place, moving on to the finals. And are you ready for the biggest shocker of the day?
Yep.
Our 1st place winner with a total of 91.525 out of 100 points. Emacs Magnus.
It's Emacs! It's Krampus!
He kind of stole the show on this one.
Yeah,
Kind of stole
that's
the show
a
with this one. He had
solid
the
A right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably one of the strongest coaster projects I've seen in Planet Coaster. So, yeah. So our 4 finalists are Zerg, RedLine, Remnant, and Emacs. And the 4 of them are going to duke it out for the finals. This next challenge is 2 weeks long. This is our
2
final
weeks,
challenge.
13 days.
Yeah, almost 2 weeks. 13 days. So we will be... do you want to go over what it's going to be now?
Absolutely.
Yes, we should.
So, if you guys watch any of our bro trips, you'll notice that we go to parks and we wait in lines and we see basically everything about that park, and we make comments when they're necessary. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you complete your park, or at least your land area. Yeah. And we're going to ask for you to submit your park complete as as complete as possible, because don't show us any empty angles, because we will make fun of them.
Yes. So there are requirements. It's not just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you'll have to keep your coaster. You can continue to tweak it if you want.
And we'll ask some of you to
make it the best you can. And then we will have what else do we need to have them do?
Okay, so they've got a coaster, and now they've got a queue. You're going to need a custom sign on the front.
If you already got it, you're done. If you don't, you need it.
Yep. Exit through the gift shop.
Yes.
Needs to be a gift shop. There needs to be a food, some sort of food service area. It could be a restaurant, could be a QSR, could be, it just can't be just a cart. It has to be something, a standalone building. A building. Yep. We also need you to have a cart in which you're going to sell some really clever food or drink. So like, butterbeer at Harry Potter Land is kind of a
green eggs and ham in the Dr. Seuss land, right?
And one more thing.
One more thing.
You have to tie it together in a plaza, and you also need to add an attraction of some kind.
One attraction.
Does it have to function, Bandit?
No. Yes? I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if it has to. I think we can
I originally said I wanted a flat ride because we haven't done that yet in the competition.
That's true.
So let's make a flat ride.
Straw poll.
Right now.
Do you want to do a working flat, or do you want to do an attraction?
Like you've already done. Can't use the same one, obviously.
Although they all kind of used working flats last time.
A bunch of them did, that's right.
Yeah.
Go.
Tell us now. Forever hold your peace.
Nobody's saying anything in the chat.
There's a bit of a delay.
Yes, we already said the winners, Ridley. Working flat. Non-functional attraction.
Okay, so we got 1-1.
Flats. No more fake theaters. Flats, please. I don't want to make another temple. Flat. Dark rides. Working flat. Working flat. Working flat. All right.
Perfect.
We're all okay. So you got to add a flat ride. So you need. I'll go over it again. You need to have a queue that exits into your gift shop. You need to have a standalone food building. You need to have a cart that serves something themed to your ride, and you need to have a working flat. And you need to tie that all into a plaza.
Yep. So make sure your world is very, very distinct. Make sure the food that you're selling applies to what you're doing. So don't sell chicken burgers in an alpine area.
Working flats, unemployed flat.
Took our gerbs flats.
Swiss is on a roll today.
So yeah, make sure that everything that you do, your gift shop, makes sense with your monster, your ride. Make sure it all ties together. We want a complete thought.
And we'll be visiting it. So it might take us a little longer then to get the results out, won't it?
But at that point, they won't care because they'll be done.
That's right. So it won't make a difference. Cool. And we'll make sure to make that priority number 1 to get it recorded and out to you.
Yes.
And so then we'll have to figure out how we do that then, like with the recordings and the announcements.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We can probably do it in a solid block, honestly. It's only 4.
Right. I can't wait to see Krampus Land.
Yes, Krampus Land. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, we will be full of snark when we visit. I mean, come on, we can't not be. So,
So
yeah, congratulations to the 4 finalists. And congratulations to everyone that's been in this competition so far.
Sergei, you got 5th place.
Yes, 5th. It was you and Zerg were very close the entire time. So, yep. So there you go.
but not by much, right? It was
Right. Yeah, the winner needs to make a whole land. Oh, so to win, you need to tie this ride into a complete themed land now. Yeah. But you've already got the hardest.
You got the major part. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it does come down to a bit of detailing, but it's also kind of clever detailing because it's still world building. You're still building upon your story.
Right. No, we are not doing a 1v1 final. Challenge 2, once we let everyone through to the next challenge instead of eliminating everyone, kind of blew that idea up. Don't worry, if you turned in a bracket, we will be able to see who won the bracket challenge as well. We're just going to eliminate the round of 4.
Yes.
Or the finalists or whatever.
We ended up having to switch from the bracket system,
right?
Which is fine. I think it's more exciting this way.
Right. So cool. So that's that, and we'll open up another line of communication with the 4 finalists. Yes.
What's that?
We're going to open up a line of communication with the 4 finalists again, and to bounce ideas off of. Cool. And then we'll have, well, let's see, 2 weeks from Saturday. So let me see. That is the 4th of August.
Woo.
Woo. It'll be due the 4th of August, and hopefully we can get stuff done.
Yeah. So, if it's Saturday and I've got Sunday, Monday off, so I should be able to do.
Cool. We'll have to figure out voting and everything.
Bro tripping.
Cool. Alrighty, guys. So that's going to do it for us today. 4 finalists should probably get to work.
There's a lot there, but hopefully we can help you out and kind of plan out some areas for you.
Correct. We'll help you out. Don't worry. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do. This might be the last BroDown live stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can still do votes because the bro trip. It's not just the judges. It's still based on community voting.
We got to figure out how we're gonna do that. So, how much jank is allowed? Lots of jank. So, all right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.